microfoon. Die is lekker warm. Ik kan een microfoon.
Go ahead.
So guys, I'm very happy to be here at TechChill in Riga. We're going to do a follow-up to the future of mobility, and we just had a hackathon that happened in the last 2 days. We're going to have the 3 main teams that won from that hackathon. We had over 75 participants, 17 teams, ideas being pitched, and we have the runners-ups and the winners coming up on stage presenting what they've worked on in the past 48 hours. The challenges were coming from corporates. We had the Kingdom of Netherlands supporting it. We had LMT, Accenture, a lot of companies interested in this field. And we had teams working in the last 48 hours, and they're going to do their demos here for you to present the hard work that they were putting on in the last 48 hours. So without further ado, I want to ask you guys to give a big round of applause to the Starship team and the one-click solution. Come up on stage. There's no Q&A, so we just...
Okay, so
I came from Tallinn. I'm Janus. So that we participated on Garage event with some ideas. One of the ideas was click to delivery. And what it means. So it came from my Christmas time, so that I made many orders from web shops for Christmas gifts. And when they started arriving, then some of them came to the postal office. I needed to go after work and just wait in the queue for half an hour to pick them up. Then some of the packages came to my home during the time I was on the work. So that I needed to rearrange again my scheduler to get the packages, and so on, so on. For the busy person, really tough moment, so that I don't like to be in that situation many times in a year. So, idea, what to do? So that opportunity to present the robot delivery on the moment when I am on the web shop. And that's exactly what I want to present here. Yep. So, that is the hacked web shop. And there is Garage 48 t-shirt I want to buy, as an example. So that we go and proceed with the checkout. Yep, next. Then we fill up all the data. And if you enter your address, and it's supposed to be in the area where robot delivery is available, then we pop up the message and tell you, hey, by the way, so why not to send you or get you stuff via robot? And exactly what we do. We accept it and continue with the checkout. You see even on the screen that yes, it's convenient service. It pays to you €1 only to deliver via robot the final delivery, but so on. Why not? So we proceed with the checkout, and now starts the delivery part. Okay, we switch the screen to mobile view. Can we do it? Mobile view of the screen. Okay, so I don't know, somehow mobile view does not come up. Anyway, so that imagine that in the background, robot starts, or your package arrives to close to you, then, and it would be added into the robot, and it starts coming to you. Hope, tip, 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 tip. You can follow it on the map. You can see when the robot should come. Even if the message initially comes to you during your daytime and you are not available for robot delivery to pick up, you can say that, okay, come later in the evening when I'm at home. And so it comes exactly on the moment when you want that to become. You have the link with the web page and control of the robot. You can unlock it so that no one else can unlock it until you press the button. And now probably it is unlocked. Yes! And what I see is we got the t-shirt. So, little bit background. So that, yes, we have already tried out many package delivery use cases. And that one is another iteration of how involve and enhance the service with the robots. But on the other side, we are in the pretty good situation because we have 300 robots around the globe on 5 sites across the world. So the one site in Tallinn, one site in Germany, then close to the London, in DC, US, and in California. And these are the test sites where we have relationships with the local people and with the community so that they have installed our app. And for example, in Milton Keynes, we have something like 5,000 households for whom we do daily basis deliveries, few hundred deliveries per day with something like 25 robots. So it's constant operational process already today. And now we just enhance it more and more by adding more functionality that people can use with the robot. Okay, that was all I wanted to say.
Big round of applause for the Starship team. So the team came all the way from Estonia, and they worked with their Latvian colleagues as well to implement this one-click solution. So the problem they were trying to solve was the scalability of the Starship into web shops. And in 48 hours, they managed to build a plugin that now can be put into any web shop. And the work continues next week.
Next week continues the already next steps.
All right, thank you very much once again. So that was the second runner-up of the hackathon. And now to present the first runner-up, a team that is mixed from many different nationalities. I don't even remember how many nationalities they had. They were working on something connected with smart mobility and getting people to be a little bit more green. But I want to invite on stage Team Sparks.
Great, thank you. Well, I'm supposed to start my pitch right now, but when I woke up this morning, I had no idea that it would be in the front of a stage with so many people in the room. So first I'd like to take a selfie. So if you're on it, smile, wave. Yeah, great, thanks. Okay, let me get my pitch. Ready? Yeah, there we are. Okay. I'm wondering, who of you is familiar with the fact that you sit in your car, standing in traffic, eating some candy, meanwhile getting fat, growing growth, getting annoyed and pissed by the fact that you cannot make any progress? I'm pretty sure many of you know the concept because I know it and we all know it. We did a research among the employees of LMT and Accenture, 2 big companies in the district, and we found out that about 60% of the people working at this company uses a car to go to their work, and maybe not for the whole journey, but at least for the part of a journey. And 60% car use is really, really, really high. So that's why we come up with the idea from Team Sparks to start an invention in order to make the world a little bit better, a little bit healthier, and a little bit more sustainable, and to attract people to come out of their car and get into other transport modes that are way more sustainable than just your car. And we do that by offering offering 3 days to those who are willing to make the change from the car to a more sustainable transport. And then you can say, well, you're not the first startup coming up with this idea, but we're actually the first one who does it for a multimodal trip. So it doesn't matter if you are going to take your bike and the tram, or the car and your bike and the train. There are some possibilities for that. We already created some products. There's this website, getsparks.com. You can visit it instantly because all the information is already there. It's live. And here you get all the information about what the concept is, how it works, what the advantages are. We also included some costs. We have a business case worked out, and you can all go there, see it for yourself, and tell me what you think about it. And we also have, and that's even better, we have created an app that I'm really excited about. And this app gives an image about how the concept works. So on top of it, we see the most important things, the 2.6 free days that are already earned by traveling more sustainable. These are 3 days for me, given to me by the employer. We see the amount of sparks and some other information, but we also can click on the trips that I make, so we get more detailed information about how many sparks I've earned for the last trips that I made. Even better, we created challenges that you can take with your colleagues, with your friends, and maybe even with your enemies to make sure that you always get the best out of it and travel the most sustainable. And there's this leadership board in which you can see how far you are above your friends or your colleagues or whoever you're competing to. And then there is, of course, your own profile where you can find all the information about the types of transport that you use, the modalities that you take, and some other things that are important to know. So, The validation that we did is very important. We did a survey among 300 employees of LMT and Accenture, and we found out that half of the LMT employees is then using the car to get to work. Accenture is doing slightly better. If there are Accenture people in this room, cheers to you, but still quite a lot, and it could be really, really less. We also found, and that's even more shocking, that about 98% of the people is willing to make the change to more sustainable transport if they get rewarded in case of 3 days. So that's really much. We also contacted some other companies, 9 in total, like the Port of Riga, the Radisson Hotel, and all of them are telling us the same. We are willing to make this change, so that's very important. The business model that we created is quite simple. The company who would like to join us pays 90 cents per month per employee. And for this amount, we will do all the administration for you. You will get the app and access to the platform, so you don't have to do anything. But what's more important are the gains of the whole concept, because as we know from the Netherlands, where I came from, we found out that if people travel to the work by bike or by public transport, but mostly by bike, that's what we like to do in Holland, you're less sick, averagely 1 day less sick a year. And if we calculate that into numbers, it's about 800 euros that you save per employee per year. And that's really, really much money that is to be gained over this concept. And I didn't even mention yet what you can do with the free parking spaces that are there, the happier and healthier employees, and as well the more productive employees, because people that go to their work by car are less productive than by bike. It has been proven. So are we there yet? No, definitely not. This is what we are seeing, our prototype that we created over the last days. So we need some investments to get the platform ready. We have heard from different companies that are really interested in the idea, getting into contact. So if there are any employers here that say, I like that, please contact me. It's really, really interesting. And we really believe in the concept. And I hope that after seeing this presentation, you will get excited about the fact that you will leave your car where it is, get into sustainable transport, and make the world a little bit better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sparks team. A team who's trying to get us to move more and also get more free days at work, which is awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Well done. First runner-up for the hackathon. And now it's my absolute pleasure to announce and bring up here on stage the main winner of the hackathon, a team that saw an opportunity in the market because there's something missing in the term of mobility, and this is team NAP. You have 3 minutes, the stage is yours.
Now, I hope that my mic works, that does so. I have an engineer from LMT in that room, so he's a hacker, everything will be all right. So imagine a country where for every commuter trip you take from your home to your work, you have to use an app for the car, an app for the bus, an app for the taxi, an app for the bicycle, an app for the train, and everything is like not multimodal, everything is not real time, and you're basically ask yourself, which country is this? It's Latvia. Oh, I thought you had one job. Okay, great. So, good job. Okay, so have you ever wondered why this is? So the reason is that people in this country have a great mobility network, but actually have no public data or open data to show this. So everything is an individual silo. Individual silos, I mean, there's an app for the train and there's an app for the bus, but they do not talk with each other. So while you could have a fantastic app like 1188 in Latvia, they still require to collect their data on their own. And with less than 2 million inhabitants in Latvia, I do not think that's about to change. So as a group, we are a team of smart mobility experts, and we are working as smart mobility experts without borders in this country to come from a data set that is, let's say, not available. It's a third world data set to a first world data set. So we want people and organizations to share data. And maybe that sounds a little bit crazy, but in order to share something, you also have to give something in return. So we started in the past 2 days with 2 data sets from the government, the data set from Riga and the data set from the buses around Riga, and created 2 new data sets, the data sets from Air Baltic and for the trains. So In this hackathon, we found two partners, a private partner and a public partner. The private partner is Mapon, the public partner is, in this case, the city of Riga. And we are going on with an ecosystem to share data in the future. LMT is supporting us in technical sense, and we are going to make this happen. But imagine what the possibilities are if you have a data set available like this. You can have a multimodal planner suddenly. So you can take the train and the bus and the bicycle, and everything is in one view. It's directly available in one single app, and anybody could make this app. It's not limited to one organization. Another thing that we are going to provide is a freemium dashboard. And this freemium dashboard is free for everybody that is in the city, but can be paid for different analytics that's, let's say, that are possible. So a sneak preview that we are going to present to the Ministry of Transport is this dashboard. And we have time's up, okay. And we have a map view, which we basically look at for public transport information. We have road information, how crowded the roads are. And this information is either contributed by users or by organizations such as Mapon, or is open data already and we're just visualizing it so that other people can more easily use it. So another view in text-based, and obviously we have the sources of any information. So the sources is where you can download the data yourself and continue to make your own apps.
All right, big round of applause. And thank you to the team that came with help all the way from the Netherlands to build something in 48 hours that now everyone in Latvia can use and can start plugging in and using the data to build their own applications. So on behalf of the Garage 48 team and all the participants at the hackathon, a big thank you to the people who won and came up here and presented. Thank you very much.